Hi guys, want to go through a quick talk on things that I've noticed within the fitness, people getting fit. I've trained over 3,000 people, 4,000 people in my time doing personal training, and I've came across all different types of people. One of the, four factors that for me are the biggest factors that actually get people results. So I'm going to go through those four factors real quick and explain why those are those factors. So number one is a discipline. All the factors always come back to this one point, but discipline is the main factor of anything. If you don't have the discipline to do something, then no matter if someone makes the best food in the world or you are given the best workout program in the world, you actually implementing that program is going to be impossible. So it doesn't matter. So when you see things online, when someone's like, oh, best work and nutrition plan in the world, download it now, pay £17, $17, whatever, then it makes no difference, because you know what, you could get that. It could be worth $1,000, and you think, okay, well, I'm going to implement that. But the thing is, you're not going to do it because you lack the discipline. And so one of the main factors is learning that discipline. And throughout the time, I've always tried to get people to realise how to implement discipline. It's something a lot of people get when they're a young child, and then a lot of people lack that. So a lot of people lack discipline based around something maybe their parents have done when they're younger. They've not been taught something, and it is what it is. You know, if you're older and your parents didn't teach you and you had a lack of discipline, then you know there's nothing you can do about it now. So what you must be thinking is, what can I do to fix that? Best way to fix that is find something that you actually find that's I would say really close to the heart. So let's say, for example, you've been made fun of or bullied in school. That's something, you know, when you're in school, when you see those guys and they're overweight, and then they come back from summer and they're absolutely shredded. It's like, what the hell happened? Because they were made fun of so much. They're every single little thing they did every day for that whole summer was working towards little small changes to actually get fit, and because it was so meaningful to them, that's the only way. There's no other factors there, because when you wake up in the morning, and I've said this in other videos, if you don't exercise in the morning, you're not going to be able to, the majority of people are not going to be able to get exercise, because they'll get to 7 o'clock at night and they'll be exhausted, or things will pop up, the kids will be ill, or kids won't have a ride home from school. There's just so many factors. So what I always say to people is, get this training done in the morning, and if you can do that, then it's a life-changing experience. My point is on that is if you don't have that discipline, if you don't have that why, that thing that you're going to be like, right, I need to get that done in the morning, when you wake up, when you're exhausted, because I have a goal, I have something in mind that I need to achieve, and it's strong, it's really hard, like I'm going to prove those people wrong, then you're not going to get up. You're just going to hit the snooze button and go back to sleep, because it's not meaningful enough to you. And that's honestly the only way. It's the same as me. When I get up in the morning, if I have some training to do, what's meaningful to me is my job. So if I don't look good, then people are not going to listen to me, and I'm not going to get towards my goal. So obviously I'm going to exercise. I'm going to make sure I look good, so then I can make money and I can go towards my financial goals. So that financial goal for me is strong enough. And then you have to think, well, what's the financial goal? If maybe money's not the thing that you're driving towards. Maybe it's like you want to support your parents. So maybe it is money. You're like, to support your parents, you need money. And that's a strong factor that you need to really get up in the morning to then get that money to help your parents. It's different for everyone. So what I'm trying to say is, focus on something that you really are driven towards, and it's going to hold you accountable for that. And if you do that, it'll be life-changing. But you need to write that thing down. You need to focus on that one thing and do it. And that's what I've noticed within thousands of people. When they have that lack of thing, when they are really one of those people who just hates exercise, hates that uncomfortableness, they don't have that driven thing. And sometimes I feel like that's embedded in people. But one of the main factors to actually just get through that and actually be like, well, I wasn't born with it, or I wasn't taught that discipline, then what you need to do is you need to just think to yourself, right, what can I do? And this is one of the factors, is get something that's focused on you. Like, find whatever that is and double down on it and be right, I'm going to do that. I'm going to make sure to get to that point, I need to make those incremental changes, such as small changes to my food, small changes to my sleep, small changes to the amount of water I drink. And you can do that over a period of time. And as I said before, and I'll repeat again, again, if your why is strong enough, you'll do those things daily, and that's the only way to get sustainable results. And a fact I will leave you with before the end is 95% of people who lose weight, and this might not be losing weight for you, but this is a factor just to give you an understanding, is 95% of people who lose weight put it back on. So you must be thinking to yourself, why do they put it back on? And it is the thing, it's their why, it's their discipline, it's the combination of the two of them together. Is they just can't keep it off, because as soon as some stressful thing happens, someone can lose 25 kilos, 30 kilos in 6 weeks because their life's perfect to that point, or they have a summer holiday, or they're a school teacher and they have 6 weeks off. But when they get to that point where maybe life gets a little bit stressful, maybe a family member dies, or there's many factors that can happen, they just completely implode and just come in, just do nothing. And that's when you see the true kind of point of that person, and be like, they're not going to be able to keep that weight off, because anything that negative that happens, their brain just cannot deal with it. And that's when you need to really focus and be focused on that thing. So that's something I'll leave you with. And to learn those actual disciplines as well, put yourself through challenging things, put yourself through challenges you didn't think you could do before as well, and go, you know what, I'm going to try that run that I didn't think I'd ever do. And once you achieve it, it's momentum, and momentum is the biggest thing you can ever achieve. And once you get momentum, you achieve momentum, don't let it drop, keep it going. And it can be everlasting. Momentum can keep going. It doesn't have to be just exercise. It can be different small incremental factors that make a change. All right, so give those things a try. Take some notes on what I was saying. Give it a try and let me know if you have tried any of those things. And I'm happy to obviously give more tips and things. So if you have more questions, then please let me know. Thanks.